So in our last video, we said that branding is one of the keys to success for any clothing brand. So in this video, we're gonna be looking at a couple of different approaches to branding done right. We decided to compare the approach of two kings in the industry who have very different approaches to branding. This is just to give an idea of how you can think about the branding decisions that you will inevitably be making for your brand. So without wasting any more time, let's get into part one. Levi's. Let's start out with a brief history of Levi's. The company was founded by a Bavarian immigrant who moved to San Francisco in the 1800s during the gold rush. Now, when Strauss heard that the miners were in need of more durable pants, he sought out a tailor and started making them from tent canvas. Later on, he swapped out the canvas for denim and he made some other improvements to make the pants more durable. Now, the company continued as a wholesale manufacturer until about the 1940s, when they decided to start selling retail clothing under their own name. Now, because of this origin story, Levi's has always had a focus on quality and durability. So how do you do branding around this? Well, we'd argue with subtlety and consistency. Whenever you see that iconic leather patch on the back of a pair of jeans, you immediately recognize them as Levi's. Same goes for the very popular denim jackets who have that little red tag on the front pocket. The whole brand is built around quality, so having it easily recognizable but without being too in your face is the sweet spot that Levi's try to hit, and they hit it absolutely perfectly. Now, part two, Supreme. Now, where Levi's were focused on quality and consistency and constantly refining the same products, Supreme takes a very different approach. You could almost say that they're on the opposite end of the spectrum from Levi's. By now, just about everyone on the planet has heard of or seen Supreme. So let's take a quick look at the history of this behemoth. Supreme was founded in 1994 in New York by James Jebbia, and James still runs the company to this day. Now, James used to work in a factory in West Sussex in the 1980s and always had a deep love for the underground music and fashion scenes. Specifically the type of fashion where it was a small little hidden away shop that you had to know about to go to that didn't carry any of the big brand names. Now, taking inspiration from these little shops and the overall music culture that surrounded him, he founded Supreme. Now, Supreme has a big focus on scarcity. They do only 2 drops every year, and the way they approach these is quite interesting. So twice a year, Supreme will release a lookbook for the season, and then from there, every week Thursday, only one product gets put up for sale in their physical and online shops. Now, these drops have become events in and of themselves, since these products probably will never be repeated. So as soon as they're sold out, they're gone. So unlike Levi's, Supreme is constantly releasing new garments, often with very big and bold branding on them. But the one thing that's kept consistent throughout all of this is that super iconic logo and the red and white color scheme. This makes any Supreme garment immediately identifiable, no matter how crazy it might seem. Now, another little interesting aspect to this brand is that it's always had skateboarding very close to its heart. James has said that he's always loved the skateboarding world and what's come out of there, and he's taken a lot of inspiration from it. What's really interesting about this is something that started out as a small skateboarding centered shop in New York has completely transcended that world and is now part of the high-end fashion mindset, being worn by international models and celebrities alike. So where the Levi's brand focuses on quality and consistency, Supreme focuses on scarcity and variety. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it helpful. Leave us a like if you learned something, and be sure to be subscribed if you want to stay up to date with all the future releases. Cheers.